We're not going to give up. We're going to keep trying. We're not going to give up. Can you hear me on this device? Can you hear me on this device? Can you hear me on this device? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me on this device? Can you hear me on this device?
Lord, you forgave when I was caught in my ways. Love so amazing, I will not.
Can anybody hear me on this device? I don't understand tonight. We're having technical difficulties on Facebook. Reboot my phone. Going after money in the freaks all day. Had to battle for just keep my faith. Keep my faith up. Cause Jesus never gave up. Take this new life he gave us and celebrate his favor. You can hear me now? Great, great. I switched devices. I don't know what's wrong with my phone. This is the mix with Lady Von Seal. Yes, please share and invite. Yes. I'm not here because of luck. I may have been discouraged, but he's leading me. I'll never get O to the A. I obey. Ice cold with it like O'Shea. Got no power if you don't pray. Hits don't land with the wrong sensei. Rose up from the bottom through ash and dirt. Been burned a few times, but it taught me worth. Thought I might drown, but he walks on water. Don't need his face, my faith knows the Father. Friends through shade and some turn to enemies. You're not my circle if you don't match energies. One true God, I'm not. Okay, again, this is the mix with Lady Von Seal. My guest has a song, says something about don't stop, don't quit, don't something. I switched to another device. Maybe God is trying to bless me with a new phone. I've never had that problem. Thank you for hanging in here with me. We have Josh Niblick. I'm determined to get this interview in tonight on the mix, right here with Lady Von Seal. Thank you for my fans, for my supporters. Please share. If you have any young people out there, well, they don't have to be young, just tag. Comment, tag, share, because I am a person up in age, but I love holy hip-hop with a message. Let's finish listening to this, and then we'll see if we can get our guest on. Yeah. Again, this is the mix with Lady Von Seal right here on Facebook Live every Friday night at 8 p.m. Yeah, right here. Serving up some great music of all genres. I feel so, when things don't go accordingly, we're not going to say it's the devil. It's technical difficulties. I've been using my phone for years doing Facebook Live. All of a sudden tonight, it didn't give sound. So that is just a message. And I was playing the right song by Josh. The title of it is Never Give Up. Never give up. Please share and invite for me. I'm not where I can share. If you share the video, maybe I'll see it out there and I can start sharing it. I had my little system. Oh, there I am. I had my system all ready to go, and we had the technical difficulties. We're going to start this. A lot of times, thank you for sharing. A lot of times we blame things on the devil. We give him too much credit when it's not the devil. just technical difficulties. And it happens. Um, it happens. It happens. But Josh, I'm not going to start that. I'm going to wait till I get on with him. I love this young man. He's an awesome, awesome artist. Let me see if I can send him an invite. If I can't, maybe he can send me one. And we're going to get this ball rolling because this young man really has a great testimony. And if the testimony is not heard on the live, maybe it will be heard by somebody. It will be heard by somebody. Okay, Princess, I'm inviting him in. So let me know if my sound goes again. Please let me know. He has a testimony, and I want him to be able to share his testimony tonight with the world. We have already, I have already been blessed through that little segment that I went through with the technical difficulties with the song Don't Give Up. Just the title of it, I'm just sitting here looking at, it says, Don't Give Up. And in the song, it says, never give up. Don't give up, never give up. Yeah, so we have to learn to appreciate all the gifts that God has given to the industry. I see he is on, but I don't see his. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Hey, what's
Now,
up?
now he's one. Now he's one way, and I'm another way. So I don't know how we work this out, but it's all good. Let me see
Oh, okay,
if
hold
I
on.
turn.
So they got their
Okay.
split. I got you. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. So let's go back and play a little bit more of this song while we're getting this all together. Yeah, that's it.
Lord, you forgave when I was caught in my ways. Love so amazing, I will not be the same. Amazing, discouraged, but he's leading me. I'll never forget. How do I keep my pain first? When I didn't love him, he still loved me first. Who would have thought that I'd end up at church? Cause after my death, I ain't been my work. God brought me from a deep dark place. I was like, yo, I'm a seesaw place. Going after my freaks all day. Had to better forward, just keep my faith. Keep my faith up, faith up. Cause Jesus never gave up. That is the life he gave us. And celebrate his favor. So now I keep on pushing, pushing, on to fucking fight. You said the end of every door. It's a light, Lord, you forgave when I was caught in my ways. Love so amazing, I will not be.
Thank you, Princess. When he connects, I don't know what it is. When we're on Facebook Live and the person connects, it kind of interferes with the sound for a minute. So we hoping it'll pan itself out.
Got no power if you don't pray. He's no man with the wrong sensei. Rose up from the bottom through ash and dirt. Been burned a few times, but it taught me work. Thought I might drown, but he walks on water. Don't need his face, my faith knows the Father. Friends through shade, and some turn to enemies. You're not my circle if you don't match energies. One true God, I'm not with the remedies. Only know the real, I don't mess with the enemies. Long nights and man, me signs.
Thank you, Andrew Hill, for coming back by. Hoping we have the technical. We have it on my end straight. I had to switch devices. So thank God. Just said thank God you had another device to switch to. That's what I look at.
For the win, just like Trey. All you got black that about you. God can vindicate you. Yeah, he's the way back and it's I know. For the words of life tell me so. Don't get tossed when the wind blows.
In the background, you're listening to the music of Josh Nibley, gospel rapper. He's powerful. He's a man with a message. All of his music has a message in it. Like I said earlier, just going through what we're going through tonight with the technical difficulties, the song said, don't give up. And I won't. I won't give up. And I want to encourage you tonight. Don't give up. And I'm just anxious to hear from him the message behind this one song, Never Give Up. That is a message within This is Lady Von Sil with the mix right here on Facebook Live tonight with our guest feature. We are featuring tonight Josh Niblick here on Facebook Live tonight. I say a gospel rapper extraordinary. I'm going to go on into some of the interview I have with him as he's coming back to join us. I met him about maybe 4 years ago. I was going to an event. Thank y'all for joining. I was going to an event and I was in an area where I wasn't familiar. I wasn't familiar with that area. So I was parked my car and I was walking, and all of a sudden this young gentleman ran up. He said, "Hello, ma'am." I said, "Hi, how are you?" And he was like, "Just let me walk you on into the building so you will be safe." And it just made me feel, you know, happy to know that we do have young people that has that time to stop and to make sure that someone else is okay as they travel through this life. And I said to him that day after the event was over, I said, when I get ready to leave, I'm going to let you know so you could walk me back, you know, to my, you know, toward my car. And he said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." And that goes to show you that we do have young people out there that's giving God the praise, that's giving God the glory, that's giving God the victory, and that they can be trusted. And they are actually serving God to the fullest. And we're going to go to another song by Josh entitled "The Moment." We hope we will be able to get him back on. If it doesn't work out like we want it tonight, I'm going to do just like his song says, don't give up. And we're going to do it until we get it right. Yes, because he deserves it. The song is called "The Moment." This is my moment, been waiting all my life. Will I stay alone? Time for me to come alive. This is my moment, waiting all my life. Will I stay alone? Time for me to come alive.
Gotta make it happen. I'm dreaming really big. It starts off with this rapping. My vision coming clear. It's turning into action. My pain was for purpose. And there's some satisfaction. The moment I've been waiting for is at my fingertips. The question, will I crumble or deliver with some hits? I'm calling out to Jesus because I need divine direction. A GPS will get me to the place where I've been destined. I'm dashing for my passion and fashion while I'm snatching souls from distraction and passing on to the faction. My mission isn't easy, but I'm here for the risk. At times I want to quit, but I know that I'm born for this. This is my moment. I'm waiting all my life. I say, time for me to come back. This is my moment. Waiting all my life. I stay alone. Time for me to come alive. To become a fighter, overcame the liar. Now I'm a writer. Life will pack a punch. Josh, send me your invite again. It didn't connect for some reason. Send it to me again. They know my time coming. Good success around the corner, so I started gunning. Now don't slip and let the pressure suffocate the dream. You enough, stand out from the mainstream. My time is right now. Gotta show them what I got. Been dreaming of my granny speech, just a saying lot. Hard work and dedication is the #1 concern. Nobody's gonna give it. This is something that you earn. This is my moment. Been waiting all my life. I say only time for me to come alive. This is my moment. I accept it. All my life. Will I stay alone? Time for me to come. Yeah, I saw you request it, and I tried to accept it, and then
like kicked it out. So if you can send it again. Thank you, Paul Dorsey. We got those technical difficulties going on tonight. You know what that's all about. Trying to get my guests on. Josh Nibley. He is a phenomenal. He is a phenomenal. When I say phenomenal, gospel rap artist with a message. Like the song was saying, don't give up. That song was saying, this is my moment. This is my moment. I guess the technical difficulties has reversed now. He's sending me the invite. I'm accepting it, but for some reason he can't come in. But it's Josh Nibley. You see his name in the comments. He is a phenomenal, awesome gospel rap artist that I met a few years back. And I would refer him to anybody. His message, his music has such a great message within it. The first song we played was Don't Give Up. The second song was My Moment. We're gonna see right here. Yeah. If we can get him in, we're gonna play some music. Yeah. Don't give up. Did you hear me? Don't give up.
Look a little crooked, don't it?
It's okay. We're here. All right. With God, all things are possible. It took us like between you know what, we are here. Do thyself no harm, for we all are here. We're just gonna kind of go off the cuff because I had to switch to the device that I have my interview questions in. But I just want to start, Josh. You know, I hold you so dear to my heart from day one. I met you. You are such a nice guy, and you're so powerful in your ministry, and I love your music. Just tell us something about you that you want us to know. We'll just kick it off from there. We'll just freelance. Just go for it.
Okay. So as you already know, by the Miss Lady host of the evening, my name is Josh. My artist name is J Nib. I am an artist that represents God unashamedly. And when I say God, I mean Jesus. Unashamedly in the music that I make and what I do. I actually used to not always be in this realm of music. I actually used to be what the church calls secular. I was in that world, did a lot of really cool things, hit a lot of goals. But, you know, when God continues to reach out to you and Jesus puts his hand on you, you know, things become difficult to ignore. And I finally stopped ignoring the call and stopped ignoring his love that he had for me, and finally put a pause in my flesh and started listening to the Spirit, and ended up getting, you know, my whole life transitioned and renewed, and then began to continue to realize what I was supposed to do with my life and what my purpose was. And now I'm running full speed with it. That's just a little tidbit about me.
You put a pause in your flesh and did what?
And then began to listen to the Spirit.
And began to listen to the Spirit. I'm writing that down. That's
There you go.
I put a pause in my flesh.
Yeah.
And I started listening to the Spirit. That is just like awesome. Where did you get your start in music? Did it start while you were in the secular world, or did it happen after your change?
Yeah, no, it was definitely in the secular realm. It actually started with when I was younger. My brother, he would always be listening to hip hop music because we always are like about we always go 5 and 6 years apart. So it was actually his birthday, just March 6th. So happy birthday, brother, again. And he actually had an old stack of CDs that he didn't want anymore. And I remember growing up, I'd always, hear him down the hallway, and he'd be playing rap music. And I always enjoyed hearing it, from down the hall. And then I remember the stack of CDs that he gave me, the first one that I ended up putting in and listening to into my stereo in my room was Ludacris. And that's his artist name. It's a rapper named Ludacris. And it was his album called Word of Mouth. And I remember I put it in, and then the first track I heard, I instantly just fell in love with hip hop, from how Ludacris, how he writes. He's a really phenomenal writer when it comes to writing metaphors, and I really enjoyed his flow. And then hearing like Southern style beats that they would use, because I'm from Ohio, and now I'm living in Atlanta, and it's actually where Ludacris was born and raised. And from that day, hearing the music and hearing just sonically and the flow and how you can go and take lyrics, and I love metaphorical sounds and stuff where you're able to go and take one word and rhyme it with something else, but you can be speaking about one thing metaphorically about another, just like how God did in the Bible all throughout it. And then now you can actually deliver an amazing message in that same way. So that's how I got started. And then my brother, he actually made a remix to a song by Rick Ross. And then, little brother wanted to be like big brother. I ended up going to my little pen and pad, and I did a remix. And then I did one too. It was a group called Boys in the Hood. And I ended up doing a remix to one of their songs called White Tee. And when I did it, at first I was just wanting to be like, my big brother, but then I was like, wow, like I love this. Like, this is so fun. And then for a long time, with people not knowing, I'd be writing in notebooks all the time. Well, I think I probably started when I was like maybe like 12 or 13. And I remember my first song I recorded, it was on a what do they call them? A karaoke machine. And I remember I was so hyped, I was so excited. I ran out to the garden because my mom was out there watering flowers, because she always had the landscaping looking amazing. And I was like, Mom, you gotta hear this song. And she was like, okay, go ahead. And I played it. And she ain't miss a beat. She was watering the flowers. And she was like, oh yeah, that's good, buddy. Keep practicing. And I was like, oh, I felt so empowered and so excited. And yeah, I just ran back in, and then I just kept writing. And actually what really made me get better was I know a lot of people, especially in this industry where a lot of people feed off of the feedback from whether it's fans, supporters, family, whatever. When I started, my brother, he's always been one of my no people, and so is my mom and a couple other people. And you definitely need those people in your circle, because if you get people that's just always telling you yes all the time, they're just buttering you up, you ain't never gonna get better. But even before I knew this information and wisdom, I remember I used to write new stuff all the time. And then I'd go down to my brother's room and I'd be like, man, hey bro, you gotta check this out. You gotta listen to this new rap I did. And I'd rap it to him, and he would tell me all the time, he'd be like, man, you suck, get away. And he'd be like, man, keep doing it again. Get out of here. Because he'd be playing PlayStation. He didn't pay me too much mind, but he would always tell me, like, no, that's not good. No, get out of here. No, go away. And even though it would crush me, it would make me go back and begin to continue to write and get better and better. And then as the years went on, I ended up coming out with my actual first solo mixtape. And then I found out through his friends that the same guy that got me into it and the same guy that used to tear me down all the time, now when I put out my first mixtape, like when I was actually good, his friends came back and they were like, man, your brother loves your music. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, man, we was over there at his house. He's got your album cover as his background on his computer, and he wouldn't stop talking about you, playing your music all the time and stuff. And it was mind-blowing to me, because I was like, wow, because he's that type of person that when I got good, he would tell me I was okay. You know what I mean? He would never pump my head up like other people. So when a song is great, he'd be like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then when I found that out though, like it really motivated me and stuff, I was like, oh wow, like that's awesome, because he didn't say anything to me. He complimented one song to me, but like he was like playing the whole project to like his friends and everything. So it was pretty cool. I know that was an extended response, but there you go.
I'm enjoying every moment of this because this segment is really all about you. We are learning more and more about you, and I was smiling big because it's almost like you heard our pastor's message on Sunday, because he was saying you don't always need, or you don't always want people that's always, positive no matter what you do. And he's like present it to 10 people that don't know you. Present it to people that don't know you, and get their opinion. So I'm just elated to have you as my guest tonight. Now this song right here, let me go.
Satisfaction, the moment I've been waiting for is at my fingertips. The question, will I crumble or deliver with some hits? I'm calling out to Jesus because I need divine direction. A GPS won't get me to the place where I've been destined. I'm dashing for my passion and passion while I'm snatching souls from distraction and passing on to the faction. My mission isn't easy, but I'm here for the risk. At times I want to quit, but I know that I'm born for this.
This is my moment. I've waited all my life. I stayed for time for me to come back. This is my moment. Waited all my life. Will I pray or time for me to come back?
To become a fighter, who became the lion. Now I'm a writer. Like the type of punch, gotta learn. Take it, throw in the town, or redesign the pavement. All these people tell me that they know my time coming.
Yeah, that's a powerful testimony. I don't know if we'll be able to get some more of that tonight, but if not, we're gonna have him back again. J Nib, that's his stage name. Go to iTunes, Amazon, all of your digital outlets, any of your digital outlets, and get his music. If you're having an event, reach out to him and book him for your next event. Like I said, he is an amazing to hear him live. Just really, it just really blew my mind because he is a phenomenal artist. That's okay.
Yeah,
Tell me
somebody
a little bit about this song. This is my moment, and the song "Don't Give Up." Talk about both of those, because we're gonna go out with the one that's titled Bruce Banner, but "Don't Give Up" and "The Moment." What inspired you to write those songs?
Okay, so yeah, the song, my newest one right now is actually it's Didn't Give Up, and it's me and some of my other friends and stuff that I've made actually in this music journey, and it's really cool because I love the track. It really dives in deep to a vulnerable state of each and every artist, and we was able to talk and touch on certain things that we've been through and certain things that we've experienced in our lives, and able to bring it into hip hop realm and stuff. Because a lot of times, nowadays, especially in hip hop, it gets a bad look and a bad rep because of what's always promoted on radios and TVs, which, it's usually drugs and degrading women and not talking about, the true beauty and essence of women, and, just really promoting a lot of negativity. And we live in a world where a lot of times men aren't able to be vulnerable and men aren't able to talk about things like that. Even though real women, they want men to do that, it gets shamed by the world a lot of times because society is really jacked up. So we were able to go and take our little pieces in a way and piece it to a puzzle together in one track to be able to encourage people and let them know that different things that we've all went through in our lives, which if you go through the track and you pay attention to the details, of what every artist spoke about, we all spoke about different struggles. And then even when we got to talk one-on-one, we have similarities, but God still continues to take us through our own path and our own journey, because we're all meant to touch and reach other people. You know, if you was meant to touch all the people I'm supposed to touch, and you went through the same thing, you know, me meeting those same people, I just repeating the same, you know, testimony right to them. But we can all have similarities, but then we have our different own paths to continue to reach more people. And God is able just to continue to reach his children that he loves and to reach everybody. So that track was really beautiful. And I really love it because it's through all the struggles that we've been through, so all the different things we've encountered, that we didn't give up. And it, as long as you don't give up and you continue to be consistent and you stick the course and you trust God, that's all you got to do. You keep your relationship tight with Jesus and you trust God, and you're going to come out on the other end in a positive light. Because when you living with God and you really got your relationship with Jesus, you may not always know what's coming next, but you can guarantee the outcome is going to be dope, and it's going to bless your life, and it's going to be amazing. Because a lot of times when we're in the fire, all we feel is the heat. A lot of times when you're in the fire, you will be spiritually, your eyes closed because it's really hot and there's a lot of smoke. But as long as you can continue to trust God, and even when your eyes closed or in the fire because you can't have them out, that's the type of faith and trust we got to have with God. Like, whenever you're around a bright light or something is super hot and people in a fire and the smoke is all around you, they're covering their eyes, they're trying not to breathe. That's the same way we got to be with God. You got to be able to close your eyes and trust, even when it's hot, even when the situation don't look good, and let him lead you. You know what I mean? Like, that is how you're going to make it to your destiny and continue to climb the levels of this spiritual realm and this physical realm of life that we got to elevate and continue to get closer to God. So that is my story. I would speak on the song Didn't Give Up, which is out everywhere. So y'all go stream it, download it, support your boy, because that's what we need, and spread it to the other people so they can get the message. And then you said speak on The Moment?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and then The Moment, this track is awesome. Like, this track came out right before Didn't Give Up, and it's actually been charting on radio, on the BDS charts for quite some time now. I think over a month now. It's been in the top 5. And what's really a blessing about this track is it's another motivational track, and it's another one of me just being real. Because in my music, I like to make different dynamics. I like to make music that's hype. People can jump around, people can get hyped to, because you can still have fun and live for God. I like to make music for and to directly to women, because I love women. I put women on a pedestal. I understand the purpose of women and the beauty of women that a lot of men, and I think even a lot of the younger generation women, don't understand, because they haven't grown yet to realize their purpose. And then even some that are more wise in age too. You know, a lot of people go through life and they never figure out what their purpose is. But I put women on a pedestal, and it's just me going and really talking about when I'm not going to say any names, but there was a specific radio personnel that ended up telling me that this track basically wasn't going to do all what it has done. So it just goes to show that don't let people talk down on what God has given you, because if you know God has given you something, and just because it's not working out in the time you would think, or just because people's reactions aren't matching up to what you need to feel validated, when God has already validated you, because he's already gave you the vision, gave you the lyrics, gave you the game plan, gave you the blueprint, you can't let other people in certain situations hack away at your dream or hack away at the vision God gave you, because the only person that knows it is you, you know? So this track has went on now to motivate quite a bit of people. I've had people cry their eyes out while they was listening to the track, and I love that because it lets me know and it lets me see that people are really paying attention to the lyrics. And I was at a point in my life when I wrote this track where like I felt like I was about done. But I felt like right when I felt like I was about done, I had this opportunity to present itself, and this was my moment. And it just came out exactly how God wanted to. I ended up really making a friend of the girl you hear on the track, which her name is Michelle Lynn. She's a phenomenal artist. She's a master vocal coach in Atlanta too, so anybody can hit her up. She'll make you sound like an angel. So I literally met her like 2 days before this track was complete. I remember I wrote it and I was like, man, I need somebody to sing on this track. And it just goes into like how God will divine everything and line it up in the right time. And I remember I called her. I was like, hey, you want to sing on the track? And she was like, yeah, sure. She said, I'll be right over. And like literally, I think it was that night or the next day. Came over, I wrote the hook, gave it to her. She put her thing on it, and then it just came out sounding absolutely amazing. I love the track. And now it's also it's up for multiple awards this now to the Gospel Hip Hop Awards. It went in for Best Collab of the Year. And there's another big announcement coming out in about 2 weeks that has really blessed myself and everybody that's going to be connected. That's coming strictly from the song, The Moment. And a lot of other cool things as well that's coming up that I can't share just yet, but it's really, really exciting. So yeah, that's basically what I got for the moment too.
That is amazing. That is amazing. When it comes from the heart, when it's pure, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to write it down. It just flows. And I'm glad I'm connected. All these great things coming up. I'm glad I'm connected to the moment. Yeah. But I was going to ask you about the awards. You talked about that because I was just on the site yesterday. Yeah, yesterday voting for you. I was. I'm excited. Today I bought my ticket to the Hip Hop Awards.
Hey, all right now.
See, that's what people, I told them earlier on the other video. That's what one thing people don't know about Lady Von Seer. I love holy hip hop. I remember before when my son was home, he was like, whose grandmama is up on Sunday morning? They used to have this powerful, I don't know if they still have it now, hip hop station, FM station. They played hip hop on Sunday morning. And that's what I would be playing every Sunday morning while I was getting ready to go to church. And they used to always tease me, whose grandmama is up listening at holy hip hop on Sunday morning? But I just love all genres of music. And I also said earlier when you was trying to get on, which you verify what you say, your passion to be nice and courteous to women, because when I first met you, I told them I didn't even know you. I was just in an unfamiliar place.
Right.
You just, came and made me feel secure and walked me to the building. And I was like, I don't even know him. And I looked up at you and I said, okay, when I get ready to leave, I'm going to let you know. And I did. And you walked me back to my car. So I just want to encourage you to keep on doing what you are doing for God, because people don't have the last say. So just like you said in your message, and as my pastor says, Pastor Vincent Campbell says, every no put you closer to your yes. So when this person said that to you, that was just only setting you up for a bigger blessing. And it has been a blast tonight. We got on. I'm happy. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I will drop it in your Dropbox when I do. So, I just love supporting artists. And if you had a final word, or if you have something else coming up, please let us know and give us a final word. And this song says Bruce Banner. What is that?
Yeah, definitely. You want me to talk about Bruce Banner first or the final word first?
It just, the song just says Bruce Banner, J Nib. It don't. That's not the title of the song, I guess.
Yeah. No, I meant because you said you wanted me to give a final word. I was saying, do you want me to share that first, or do you want me to talk
Yes,
about the
yes.
song?
Talk about the song first, please.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so Bruce Banner, I love this track. This one, I was actually, it's still when I was living in Ohio, and it was when I was working at this factory, and I remember I was on the press one day, and it just came to my mind, probably like back in, I think probably like 2016 or 2017. And I remember I just started hearing the beat in my head. And there was a guy I worked with, his name's Jet. Like we worked together for like years at the same press and just there at the building. And I was like, man, I got this song in my head. I was like, it's gonna be dope. And I was like, I'm gonna call it Bruce Banner because I didn't want to call it, because for those who don't know, Bruce Banner is the Incredible Hulk, the Marvel superhero. And I didn't want to call it the Hulk or, Incredible Hulk or anything because, like, it's too cliche. There's a lot of people that always, just reference the Hulk. So I was like, I try to go at things different. And then I was like, man, Bruce Banner, I was like, that'd be really cool. And I just kept hearing the beat in my head. And I told him, I was like, man, it's going to start off like this. And it's going to come in like, boom, hey, hey. And then when I finally got the beat together, it was exactly how I said, and it came out amazing. It's a very, very hype track. I'll actually have the actual studio mix and everything is going to be coming out actually when my whole new album drops this year. So I'm very, very excited. And this track, actually, what it's based off of is it comes out of Psalms 118:6. And I enjoy, one thing I do before I always create is I always pray. Because I always want to make sure that I'm in the spirit and not in my flesh, because it can be easily to get mixed up into both at times. So I really want God to speak through, because there was years when I did it in my own way. And then I got into a new life where I realized when I do it God's way, it's so much better in every facet, every area. Like, it's amazing. So the one thing I try to do is I try to base a lot of songs off of how I can always tie it back to the word, but also make it really, really cool that people still want to hear. You know what I mean? Because, like, especially in hip hop, you got to stand out. It's got to be dope, and it's got to have a good sound, and it can't be corny, because you will definitely get let known in the hip hop realm if it's any of that. So, but yeah, this track actually comes off of Psalms 118:6, though, which is one of my favorite scriptures. And Psalms 118:6 is, "For the Lord is on my side, whom shall I fear? What can man do unto me?" And I remember when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that is so dope. That's so empowering. It's so powerful. Like, and to break it down even more, and what it's saying is that when you have God on your side, when you have accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior, you know God, the creator of all, and you don't worship the creation like the grass and the universe and all this stuff, because I don't want to worship the creation. I want to worship the Creator. And when you actually get that relationship with the Creator and you begin to work as the creation in the direct line connected with who created you, you are able to tap in and see things, hear things, do things that other people can't do unless they got the same spirit. And what I absolutely love about it, and I wondered, like, why in the world is this scripture not famous, like Philippians 4:13 and the other ones, and because it's so powerful. It's letting you know that once you have that relationship with God, there is nothing that a man, nothing that a woman, nothing that no devil, nothing that no demonic force, nothing in this world, in this galaxy, anything that's been created can hold you back. Nothing can. So why should you fear? Who should you fear? There's nothing that can stop you unless God allows it, and it's for a reason that's going to make you better and elevate you. anything that comes against you, anything that tries to harm you, anything that tries to hold you up, nothing is going to work, and nothing is going to actually put a pause and a complete stop on everything unless you allow it. And that's why God is so dope, because he has the power to do anything, but he still gives you the free will and the choice to allow these crazy spiritual demonic forces that are very powerful but have no power over you unless you give the choice to allow it to have the power over you. Will you let that get at you, and will you succumb to it? Or will you make the choice that God already has for you and wants for you to prevail, to not give up, to know who you are and know whose you are, and be the warrior that God has created you to be, and be able to look fear in the face and tell it no, be able to look man in the face and tell him no. In this whole cancer culture society, you're able to look at cancel culture and cancel them. You're able to cancel the devil. You're able to cancel any enemy that tries to come against you, any obstacle, anything that life tries to throw at your way and hinder you, and you're able to go above and beyond and do the things that God has you called to do. Because one of the things that I love and I try to get people to realize is that God has no limits. God has no boundaries. He is, he was, and he forever always will be. He created everything. He created me, you, and a lot of people say, oh, how, because I would go and say, he created this phone that we're on right now. Well, how in the world did he create the phone? Well, he gave life to the person that gave the idea to be able to go and manufacture and put together the phone. He continues to always be the source when you tie it back. And you can't get around it no matter how much you try, no matter how much you deny. God is just everything. And when you're connected to him in that way, things can come out of you and things cannot stop you that aren't of his spirit. So let me stop talking so much. That's how Bruce Banner came about, because with God on my side, I feel incredible. I feel unstoppable. And it's not just that I feel it, I am, because God has no limits. So therefore, if I am directly from God, being now that I am saved through Jesus, if I'm connected to him, I have no limits. I can do anything I want to do if I want to do it. I can do anything that he calls me to do if he calls me to do it. You just got to believe. You got to have the faith. And there's nobody that can stop me. There's nothing that can get in my way or hinder me unless I allow it. But I don't give it that power. And that is how I came up with Bruce Banner. Boom.
Ooh, that is like powerful. It has tears running from my eyes.
Okay.
I often wonder, God, what is the next generation going to do? Are they going to know you? Are they going to recognize you? Are they going to honor you? And when I hear a powerful young man like yourself, I don't have to worry, think about that anymore, because the love of God will continue. The love of God will continue in the next generations, and on and on and on. I tell you, Josh, this has been phenomenal tonight. You have ministered to me, because as you know, the Christian walk is not always a bed of roses. It's not always easy. And as you get older, it gets sometimes more challenging and more insecure and acceptance and whatever. But I'm just like the first song, I won't give up. And I will add to that, I won't give in. I won't stop. There is no evil force that can stop my love for God or stop me from working for him. We're going to go out with the song entitled Bruce Banner. It has been wonderful having you tonight. We will have you again. I don't know why I just see that preacher man on the inside of you as you go forth to do God's will. And it's not always about taking a text and setting it in a pulpit. Just as you go, continue to show the love of God. And I promise you, I will do the same as I go to do God's will. I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
All right, man.
Go out with this song. See ya.
I feel like Bruce Banner. Can't nobody stop me. My plug got the answer. You can't stop what is meant to prosper. Now, getting hit like an elevator. Just did. Chose me to be on the roster. Steps and go for what quickers and outfits. Hit some lots of rough skills. Been forgiven, but I'm still. I'm a team fan, I don't have to know. I'm the front page in the cinema. I keep these guys, I got the power. My enemies with the real power. I have to get the rush hour. Lots of goals, I straight the power. You don't do something with power, so that's play. You don't want to really know how to be there. If we're not talking, no matter what he say. Turn another hustle, I'm putting it anyway. You play, yeah, me, he say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me.
Now, I promise you, I'm going to post this tomorrow. He say, she say, you can't stop me.
Can we stop? We not quit. I got confidence. I'm gonna hit. It's so hard. I'm so lit. Mind on him. That's it. You say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me. With this verse and the resurrection, that's no need of my infection. Since that day, I had your protection. No question, God is my best selection. Got the picture like panorama. All rolled up to the whole banner. My fire lit, so it's more hammer. That's why I feel like moving. He say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me. He say, she say, you can't stop me.
See ya!
Let's go.